I also just want to tell you this, okay? So, you know, with double standards, like, I have severe executive dysfunction. I've been this way my entire life, and people thought I was being disingenuous and could actually help it. They did not realize how prompting works. Like, if you had even looked at my old caretaker's house that I was in, she had post-it notes all over the wall. Don't forget this, don't do this, do that. And I still often couldn't even follow them. But because people were reminding me every day, and complaining about it, that is why I was more able to do it. And I even had went over it a few times. People misread me as trying to break the rules by making new threads when they were innocuously made out of just ideas. But my point is that, I learned from a user, okay, about FBI having involved with the forum for a user named Criminal Contract Boy. And out of personal he was just site restricted. He should have been banned. A case where it's a genuine disability, as with myself, I should have been the person who had been site restricted. That would have been a much more reasonable approach for me. But instead, and I don't blame Aster or Sema for this, because I do genuinely believe they did the best that they could. So there's not really hard feelings there. They didn't handle things very well or right, and they did take it on themselves, and they did try to, help me, and I appreciate that. But, it was against the rules, of V Bulletin to have moderator decisions aired out like that. It's against the rules. And that whole thing made me miss so much sleep, caused so much undue stress, and made my life a living hell for the duration it went on there. I get it, people wanted an agreement on it, but at the end of the day, and this is not Aster or Sema's fault, unless they maybe could have put me on site restriction. I don't even know how that would work, if you would have had to do it or not. But this, that whole thing could have been avoided if I was just put on the site restriction. I even said, just put me on site restriction, just let me have talk on the Enneagram, and that was it. But that was never given to me. But that type of stuff is a double standard. There are lots of double standards. There were a lot of people in the wrong. I'm not really defending Cerulean Blue, but I do believe that they were valid in some of the reasons why, I understand why they wanted the forum to go down. However, they did not handle it in a very good way, and had they handled it in the right way, the forum would have been on a better path. But instead, they did it in a way that just caused a lot of drama and chaos to where no one took them seriously. But, the whole ooh thing, she was right that there are double standards with the modding. It's based on like and dislike, and social influence of who's complaining. You have to listen to the majority. It's definitely not impartial. So, I just want people to sit with that for a minute here, okay? Somebody who said really bad stuff that got the FBI called on the forum, which I know because of a user telling me that had access to that information, and that user merely got site restricted. They didn't tell me that the user got site restricted. I just saw myself that he was site restricted. Whereas I got banned for a disability that couldn't help me because people misread me and made narratives that I'm manipulative, that it would be better for my mental health and all that. But, it was unfair. So I want people to really sit with that here. That things were really out of place. I should have been put on the site restriction. That user should have been banned. And that user, as far as I'm aware, is still unbanned to this day.